We're gonna make a little short video of our new truck here. 2014 Toyota Helix 3.0 turbo diesel, two-wheel drive. We decided not to get the four-wheel drive because we don't really want to venture off-road too much and to stay on the beaten path. But anyways, we got a nice truck here. It's clean, has a nice interior. It's got a nice console with a backup camera and all the Bluetooth connections and everything. Really happy with it. Nice truck. And we purchased it from a fellow that we've been communicating with for probably starting about 3 weeks before we left for Panama. We started communicating with, I'll just call him a car guy. He does transportation and sales, and he's a broker, and his name's Jorge. If anybody's ever considering coming to Panama for an extended amount of time and want to buy a car, we got a car guy for you. But this was his personal vehicle, and we looked at a couple other cars and just weren't happy with them. They weren't sturdy enough. And so we convinced him to sell us his personal vehicle, which he didn't mind doing because he said that he wanted to buy a new car that would seat more people for tours. I guess he does tours as well. He does airport pickups and tours and whatnot. And so he said he was going to purchase some sort of like big van, like a 12-passenger van, so that he could transport larger numbers of people. But he was a little bit sad to sell his truck, and I don't blame him. It's a nice truck. We're very happy with it. How about I'm going to pass the phone off to Sarah, and she's going to run a video while we drive to our favorite produce market. We just call it the Chinese market. Most of the good produce markets here in Panama are owned and ran by Chinese. There's a heavy Chinese influence here in Panama, mostly due to the canal, but it's always been that way. A lot of Chinese helped build the canal, maintain the canal, and so there is and always has been a heavy Chinese presence. So there's a lot of good Chinese restaurants, and thus most, if not all, of the high quality produce markets that we've been to are owned and ran by Chinese. And so when we buy just kind of like regular groceries, staples, dry goods, we go to a regular grocery store. Our favorite one is called Ray. But when it comes time for produce, we like to go to the Chinese market because it's fresh, and they have a high quality selection of produce, including something I've been looking for and haven't been able to find until recently, were tomatillos. One of my goals here living in Panama is to spend more time in the kitchen and perfect my Mexican food cooking skills. And I've been able to find most of the ingredients that I need at the Chinese market, the Chinese produce market. So that's where we're headed. It's just about another minute down the road here. But as we're driving down the road here, we're going to pass what's called Ciudad de Saber, the city of knowledge. And my understanding is that's just where most of the government agency offices are located. I think I'd mentioned it in a previous video, but well, we're actually going to drive by it. Perhaps another day we'll go inside and make a video of the city itself. Now, it's not really a city. I would just call it like a big neighborhood. People live there. There are government agency offices, like I mentioned. The United Nations building is located in there, for example. And it's a pretty cool place. It's clean. There's nice parks. There's a nice strip mall in there that has really good markets. One of our favorite markets that we like to is a place called Gourmeats. I think it's like short for gourmet meats, but it's good meat, high quality, prime and choice, grass-fed, grain finished. So that seems to be where we get the best meats. But for produce, we like to go to the Chinese market. So we're heading down, it's called Avenue Omar Torrijos Herrera. Something like that. I don't know if I said it right, but this is the main road that goes through our area in Panama. Omar Torrijos Herrera was a former president of Panama. He was the president of Panama who signed the treaty with Jimmy Carter back in '77 to schedule the turnover of the Panama Canal to the Panamanians, which occurred in 1999. But Omar Torrijos Herrera was the president at that time, and very popular historic figure, and this road here is named after him. And this road continues into downtown Panama City, and it's a main thoroughfare. Sometimes the roads are really nice here in Panama, and then other times they're really bumpy. This stretch of road is pretty nice. But there are other parts of this road, just a little ways down the road, that are quite bumpy and kind of have to watch out for the potholes. Now here we are at the Chinese market. It's here on our left. I believe they open at 9 o'clock. I'm going to cut in front of this bicycler here. Should be, yep, looks like they're opened up here, so we're going to go inside and get ourselves a little bit of produce. And ciao.